These are the 10 shocking details from the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively lawsuit drama. And guys, you won't believe how Blake tried to take over this entire movie. Starting off at number 10, we have this absolutely insane situation showing how Blake Lively basically tried to hijack the entire movie from day one. First, she demanded complete control over her wardrobe, and when paparazzi photos came out looking unflattering, she didn't hesitate to blame Justin. But what's wild is that text messages show that Blake was actually super happy working with Justin at first, even sending him texts like, "It's such a good feeling to get work done that we're proud of." Now keep watching, because this complete flip in behavior reveals what was really going on behind the scenes. The wardrobe drama only gets crazier from here, because when Sony wasn't happy with how the photos looked, Justin had to have a professional conversation with Blake about changing the clothes. But instead of handling it normally, Blake twisted the situation, claiming that Justin had an emotional breakdown that delayed filming for hours. And the most surprising part is there's no evidence this ever happened, but plenty of proof that Blake was the one making constant demands about everything. Coming in at number 9, we have something that shows just how far Blake would go to get her way, and this one involves Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds. Justin reveals that Blake actually had these two mega celebrities show up at her penthouse just to pressure him about script changes. But this gets even more insane. Blake had completely rewritten this huge rooftop scene, and later Justin finds out through a red carpet interview that Ryan Reynolds was the one who actually wrote it. This wasn't even disclosed to Sony, which is just completely unprofessional. And check this out. There's a text message where Blake basically brags about using Taylor and Ryan's influence, writing, "They don't give a bleep about that, and because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect." Like, is she seriously admitting to using her celebrity friends to intimidate the director of her own movie? That's just crazy. Number 8 shows how one simple question turned into this huge drama. Justin says he just asked about Blake's weight because he needed to lift her in a scene and had back problems. But what happened next is insane. Ryan Reynolds apparently got in Justin's face, started cursing at him, and demanded the entire scene be cut from the movie. But number 7 is also a big one. Blake accused Justin of adding unplanned kisses to their scenes. But Justin says he has footage proving that Blake actually initiated the improvised kissing. Looks like this could be one of those roll the tape moments. Justin alleges that Ryan Reynolds personally tried to sabotage him. He claims Ryan pressured his talent agency to drop him by calling him a sexual predator. That's a career-ending accusation if true, and Justin is not taking it lightly. Now this next one involves some serious accusations about what happened in Blake's trailer and on set. She says Justin would show up uninvited while she was undressed or breastfeeding, but Justin has texts showing Blake actually invited him to her trailer. There's even one message where she writes, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines now," which is just nuts considering what she's saying about him now. But that's not all, guys. Justin claims Blake would constantly rewrite her lines and even change other characters' dialogue. And there's apparently footage of her asking for these changes over and over. The lawsuit says Blake was so comfortable around Justin that she even took photos of him holding and comforting her baby, which makes these accusations even more shocking. Now, at number 5, we have this super controversial birth scene that Blake claims she had to film nearly nude, but Justin says that's totally false. According to him, she was wearing black briefs, a pregnancy suit covering her whole midsection, and a hospital gown. So how is that nearly nude? Blake also argued there was no intimacy coordinator on set, but Justin says there was one from day one. What's even more surprising is that Blake refused to meet with the intimacy coordinator. How can you complain about scene safety if you're not willing to engage with the person responsible for it? And then, Blake claimed Justin made inappropriate comments about her looking sexy in a onesie. But what actually happened is that the temperature on set was 90 degrees, and Justin was simply concerned about her overheating in a heavy coat. Plus, Blake had previously mentioned wanting her character's wardrobe to be sexier. The level of manipulation here is honestly hard to believe. Number 4 involves this crazy situation about who played the doctor in that birth scene. Blake claims Justin inappropriately cast his friend to play the doctor who would be near her nearly nude genitalia. Those are her actual words, guys. But Justin fires back saying this was a professional actor who just happened to be his friend and reminds everyone that Blake wasn't even naked. Now we move to next detail involves this intense fight over movies' editing. Justin claims Blake tried to take over the editing process and even threatened to use her influence with Sony to force them to let her make her own cut. But the surprising part is, Justin says his version scored way better with test audiences, but despite that, they still chose to go with Blake's version. Number 2 involves this wild article in the New York Times that Justin says was part of a huge smear campaign. The article had these text messages saying, "We can bury anyone," but Justin claims it was all taken out of context, and now he's suing the New York Times for $250 million. And finally, at number 1, we have what might be the most unbelievable part of this entire situation. What happened at the New York premiere? Blake literally tried to ban Justin from his own movie premiere. This is a movie he helped create, direct, and star in. When he finally was allowed to come, they forced him to arrive at different times, leave the red carpet as soon as Blake showed up. They literally sent him to watch the movie in the basement away from everyone else. And Justin's not just making this up. He has actual photos proving this happened. But wait, things take an even darker turn when we look at the shocking connection to Johnny Depp's trial. Justin hired the same crisis manager who worked with Depp during his case against Amber Heard. Blake says this proves Justin was trying to destroy her, but Justin claims he only hired her because he was terrified of what Blake and Ryan were doing to his career. But wait till you hear what happened next. The situation gets even more twisted. When Blake started getting criticism for making the movie's promotion too cutesy and disrespectful to abuse survivors. So instead of owning up to it, what does she do? She flips the script and tries to throw Justin under the bus. Her publicist, Leslie Sloan, actually broke an agreement with Justin's team and started planting false stories about him in the media, just 9 minutes after promising not to. Justin even claims that he wasn't invited to the film's official after-party. The event was allegedly paid for by Sony and Wayfarer Studios, aka Justin's own company. Imagine being banned from your own movie's celebration. It's really brutal. And now Blake's filed this huge complaint full of accusations that just don't add up. And Justin's fighting back with a $400 million lawsuit. The evidence is pretty clear here. You've got Blake's version of events that keeps changing and contradicting itself. And then you've got Justin's version backed up by actual text messages, photos, and witnesses. If you made it this far, you are officially awesome. Comment below who you think is telling the truth in all this Hollywood drama. And let me know if you want to see more videos breaking down crazy celebrity lawsuits like this one.